this is Tim with FECTALK.com. Today I want to bring up a question that's often asked. It's like, if you had a small FEC, what pieces would you start with? So what I'm going to talk about today is a small 30-piece FEC with one attraction and the pieces that I would recommend for that. The first piece, so I'm going to start with number 30, and that would be a basketball game. Hopefully two of them, because you want people playing head to head. Now, I'm not going to recommend a brand because there's a myriad of these and you can just choose them to your taste. I started out with the original ice ones, and it was the Hoop Fever, and they were great. People played them, they scored. It's just after about 20 years they get a little rundown. So what I did was I updated mine with the LAI Hypershoot. Beautiful game, saw it at the show at IAP in Orlando, had to have it. Got a double, and just a beautiful game. Unfortunately, I got it early. There was a lot of issues with it. I had to send it back. So I have heard that since then they've upgraded everything, worked out all the bugs, and it is a beautiful piece with all the bells and whistles. And beyond that, they even made like a sequel to it called Hyper Pitch, for throwing. So kudos to them. They did the right thing, and they got a nice machine as well. But there's so many out there. I'd look at them all and just pick whatever you like. The next piece that I would say is Grand Piano Keys by Baytech. It's a niche piece. It's not going to be the chart topper, but it is a really, really nice piece. People just love to play it. They love to sit down and hit the keys, and I'd get the grand piano keys personally because two people could sit down and go head to head and play on it. And it's just a blast for me to walk by and see people enjoying that game. And it's a good piece for your fun center. At number 28, this would be another one that I'm not going to recommend a brand or a manufacturer, but a candy crane. And there's beautiful candy cranes out there. S&B Candy and Toys, St. Louis Crane Company, Pipeline Games. Every manufacturer seems to have a really nice candy crane. They're all attractive. Just find one for you. I used to have an ice one, but I upgraded to Candy Locker from Pipeline Games. I love it. Beautiful lighting in it. Very attractive piece. At 27, what I would suggest is an Injustice from Raw Thrills. It vends a card each time. It's a fun game. People just love to play it. Dads and their kids, I see them on it all the time playing each other. They really get a lot of enjoyment out of the game. If you want a more upgraded version of it, they have come out with Minecraft Dungeons Arcade. It's a 4-player, and it also gives you a card. And it's just a different theme. Instead of the DC superheroes, you got the Minecraft world, which is popular as well. At 26, you got to keep the kitty niche too. So I would recommend getting a whacker game. And that's going to be like your Whack-A-Mole from Bob's Space Racers. They're the ones that originally come out with it. At least I believe they have. The Whack-A-Mole's been around forever. Ice, several different companies. Andamiro, they all have a version of Whack-A-Mole. There's Minion Whacker, there's Whack-A-Clown, there's a SpongeBob Order Up, there's a Plants and Zombies version of it. There's a Whack-'em Funky Gators by Namco. There's all kinds of them. That's just get something to your preference. In keeping with the kitty theme, I think that every place would benefit from having a kiddie ride. Now, kiddie rides aren't going to, make a ton of money, but they fill a niche and parents really appreciate them, especially for the toddlers. Now, what I would suggest is if you're going to get a kiddie ride, get one that's interactive. It has a screen on it, maybe pays a few tickets. You know, that's just the way to go. And that would be your KC Cobra or the Dolphin Star. KC Cobra used to be from Family Fun Companies. Now ICE sells them. You could get the Dolphin Star from Baron Games. The next piece at 24, I would suggest a spinning wheel type game. I really like ICE's Treasure Quest. Great sounds on it, great attraction mode. People love playing it. The spinning wheel's just a lot of fun. And I always see people playing mine. Now, at 23, I would suggest an air hockey. Air hockey's just a timeless classic. People are going to play the heck out of it. Now, you could get a used, older hot flash dynamo. That thing's going to last forever. You'll get it for a great price. You could get the really neat one, AirFX, like I have from Ice Games. It's got sound bars in it. What a great touch, you know, just getting another sense involved. You hit the sound bars, it rings. I love it. Or if you really want the top of the line, you could go for the Gold Standard Games Gold Pro. Just a beautiful piece. And if you want novelty, there's four-way air hockeys. There's Pac-Man that has like 30 pucks on it. There's a lot of games out there. But I would personally just stick with a standard air hockey game. That's what people know and love. At 22, I would suggest getting a 31-inch or so crane and put knobby balls in it. If you got the room, get 2 of them. So what I do is I put 5-inch knobby balls, just the regular solid color knobby balls, and vend them for $1, play till you win. Then I get the 5-inch vinyl balls and put them in another crane, vend them for $2, play till you win, and it just kills it. Both of those cranes just make a ton of money that way. Now, I'm not going to suggest any cranes on here. There's so many cranes out there. You could get the generic ones that come from China, or you could get the top of the line Elout crane. I really like the Route 66 cranes from S&B Candy and Toy, or also known as St. Louis Game Company. That's just what I find nice as a crane, but just get them to your taste. The next one will be another crane, but this is another niche crane, the 2-inch rubber duck crane. And just like the other ones, there are so many manufacturers of duck specific cranes, and just go with the art that you like. They're all comparable. They're all going to do the same thing. Personally, I got the ones from Coast to Coast. I just like the way they look. All right, rolling at number 20 is a specific game. It's Find a Key by the Really Big Crane Company. Now, what I do with this crane is I fill it full of colored eggs with toys in them, and then instead of using the keys that they have, I put a slip of paper in that says, "You won the red key. Please take to redemption to redeem your prize." And the reason I do that is the keys just, they walk away. I just don't understand why they do. But people get those keys. I don't know if they just don't know what they are and they throw them away or take them home. I'm not sure. So now I put a piece of paper in there, and now I don't have to buy keys over and over again for the crane. But put decent prizes in there, and man, that crane will make you a bunch of money, without a doubt. At number 19, I would get from Ice Games Monopoly Roll and Go. I just don't think that you can go wrong with this game. It's it's not going to be the top game, but people love to play this game, and it is definitely a worthy piece, especially in your top third. At number 18, this is where I would recommend a racing game. Actually, if you could swing it, get two of them so people could play head to head. I mean, that's the joy of the racing games. People, they will play against the computer, but man, those kids love to race against each other too. And when you got two games linked, it's going to make you more money and it makes more sense. Now, what I personally have is I have the Superbike 3 from Raw Thrills. I got two of them linked together, and it's a very attractive piece, and people love playing it. You could get older games too, or if you want to get the newest one like Asphalt 9 Legend, get them. They're a beautiful piece too. And I think they're going to be licensed by LAI. The next one, number 17, I think that every fun center, family entertainment center, should have this piece, which I have four of them. And you may have more, or you may have two or three, but a skee ball. And when I see skee ball, it's like Band-Aid. You know, it's just a brand that's synonymous with this roller alleys. Now, personally, I have the Ice Ball FX. And there's a reason that I have the Ice Ball FX. I went to an IAPA show when I was in Orlando, and this game stood out to me. Now, I went and looked at the Fireball slash Skee Ball by Baytech. I thought the game was a little bit more attractive than the Ice Ball FX. But at the end of the show, the Fireball slash Skee Ball looked really run down, and the Ice Ball still looked brand new. Now, could have Ice changed the glass in the front of them, or, you know, kept them cleaner? I don't know, but it sold it for me. And mine, after several years, still look brand new. So I'm glad with my choice, but I think that the new skee balls made by Baytech, the modern ones, they look really good too. At number 16, another specific one, and there'll be a lot of these pieces as specific as we get up the list, is Willy Crash by Baytech. Now this game, people just, they either love it or hate it, but the people that love it will play it all day long. It's just a comical game, and there's so many Easter eggs in this game of older Baytech games. If you've been in the industry for a while, you will see that there are a lot of Easter eggs in this game, so watch it closely when you get it. Play it a few times and look at all the little Easter eggs when the guy crashes. It's really fun. Great job by Baytech, putting a little of their company history in the game. I thought that was a really nice touch. At number 15 will be another Baytech game. This one's Dizzy Chicken. This game should be a staple for every fun center. A lot of people get enjoyment from this game. It's a muscle memory game, and it's a load of fun. I highly recommend Dizzy Chicken by Baytech. At number 14 is going to be by Coastal Amusements. It's Iceman. Now, if you're going to get a water game, you got to understand you can't just put tap water in it. You're going to wreck it. It's going to be a big waste of money for you. You got to put distilled water in it. If you got a place that's humid, like I do, I put a dehumidifier on the back, and I put a float valve in the water tank. And so when the float valve comes up, it turns the dehumidifier off. When it starts getting low, it turns it back on. In the summer, I don't have to put any distilled water in the game. It just self-fills from the atmosphere with that dehumidifier. In the winter, I do have to supplement it with some distilled water because the air is a lot drier. But kids of all ages love to sit down on this game and play the water gun game. They just love it, and it's a lot of fun for them. At number 13, I would say I'm going to have to go with another Baytech game. This is going to be Quick Drop. It's got a carousel of buckets, and you drop balls into the buckets. If you miss the buckets, you don't get the jackpot, but you still get so many tickets for however many balls you drop into the buckets. There's 50 balls that are dropped, and you set the jackpot. And there will be kids that nail this quite frequently, maybe like 1 out of 5 times. And people love to watch people play this game. And then they try their hand when the kids walk away. It's a lot of fun. It's a good game by Baytech. A worthy piece for your fun center. At number 12, a mini attraction. The Jurassic Park sit-down game by Raw Thrills. Great game. Great little sit-down shooter. And it's another one. You know, kids of all ages enjoy it. They sit down with... I love watching dads or moms sit down with their children and play this game. They get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and it's a worthy piece. And it looks really good in the fun center too. They really did a good job with the cabinet. Very attractive, very good piece. At number 11, another sit-down shooter game is going to be NERF. NERF Arcade by Raw Thrills. Great game, quick-paced shooter, a lot of fun. A real busy screen though. There's all kinds of stuff to shoot on there, so you'll be hitting stuff non-stop. Kids love it, adults love it. It's a great game. Another good piece to put down in your sit-down shooter row. All right, now we're going to be getting into the top 10. This is where the fun begins. At number 10, a ball drop game, and specifically, depending on the height and the space you have, I would go with Monster Drop by Benchmark, now Elout Group. Great game. If you got the room and the height for it, get the Monster Drop Extreme. Oh my gosh, what an attractive piece that is, and it's just it draws people. It's like a moth to a flame. Just a satisfying sound when that ball falls so far and thunks into the playfield. People love it. Great game. At number 9, Whack and Win by Ice. This game is a consistent earner. It's an attractive piece. Great attract mode sounds. It's in the Carnival series by Ice Games, and it's a winner. A very good piece. But all the top 10 ones are, frankly. At number 8, Fishbowl Frenzy by Team Play. Now this game was great when it came out. I mean, this game is great. It was great when it came out. Now it's even better. They did an update to it where they added a bonus game to it, and it's just icing on the cake. This game is going to make you a lot of money. It's going to look great in your fun center. Just be aware, it's tall, it's bulky, but it's worth the real estate. At number 7, this one is a staple for every fun center across America. This has been an earner for years and years. It's another Baytech game. It's Big Bass Wheel. If you could get 2 of these, get 2 of them with the marquee, with the jackpot marquee for $5,000. Worth every penny. If you got the space, this game knocks it out of the park every time. It's a money-making machine and a great concept, and people will play this game consistently. It's going to be a top earner for you. If you don't have the space to get 2 of the Big Bass Wheel, I'd get 1 of the Ticket Monster, because I think that's an attractive piece too. But if that's still too big for you, they make a smaller profile in Scooby-Doo. I have it. It's a great game. If you can't fit the two big bass or the one ticket monster, get the lower profile Scooby-Doo. It's going to do well for you. Great, great game. At number 6 and number 5, I'm going to use the same game for each slot. And that's the Ticket Ring by Smart Industries. Ticket Ring is awesome game. Awesome. Great concept. They just did everything right with this game. So a game that's under 5,000 is going to pay for itself in a few days for you if you got enough flow through your fun center. People love these. They love winning the rings, and I suggest that you make sure they can consistently win these rings, because what they're going to do is they're going to advertise this game for you. The kids are going to put these rings on their arms and walk around the fun center. They're going to have them on tables and bar tops. People are going to like, wow, where do they get those? And then they ask and they play the game. Now they're addicted. Great game, great concept, great quality. Smart Industries did a really good job with this crane. I very, very highly recommend that you get 2 of these. If you don't, you're just going to buy another one later anyway, because what's going to happen is people are going to be consistently waiting for this game to be available to play it. Get 2 of them. You won't regret it. You may end up getting more down the road. At number 4 is a tough choice. I got the Tower of Tickets by Baytech/Eloud. It's a group effort, I guess. I think Frank Sinensky was in on this too. This game is really, really good. Top 3 all the time for me. Top 4 very consistently. It earns its spot for sure. Now, there are other games like it. There's a troll version of it, but I don't recommend it, because I think the troll version, it's more attractive to the young ladies, but the adult guys and the boys, they're not going to play it as much. The ladies will play the Tower of Tickets no problem. So if you're going to choose between those 2, I would get just the normal Tower Tickets. Get the Reload if you have a card reader, because it just makes life so much simpler. It just puts it right back onto the playfield for you. Now there is also Zombie Snatcher. It's a 6-player by Ice. Great game as well. Just go with how you feel on this. I mean, do you want a zombie game in your family fun center? I don't have any aversion to it, but I just went with the Tower of Tickets. But I may get a Zombie Snatcher down the road. It's a nice piece. It's got some extra features, a bonus feature. I just like it. It's a good game too. So either way, and either one of those would make a great, great addition to your fun center. At number 3, Wizard of Oz by Elout. This game has been number 1 for years and years in the fun center here. Great game. Great quality game. Elout makes very, very, very nice games. They look very attractive. They don't have a whole lot of problems. They are expensive, but if you have the foot traffic for it, you really, really want one of these games. Now, they do make versions of these games that are RFID only. So what happens is they got special chips and pieces that fall over the ledge, and they automatically get recorded to your card reader. Now, normally I'm all for that, and it does sound convenient, but what I have found is that people having these cards in their hands and collecting these cards adds a whole new dynamic to this game. And what I've done is, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see that I've changed the rules that the manufacturer sets, and I make it a lot more attractive for the player and a lot more profitable for me, because I don't have walkaway cards. And I'm just telling you, people getting these card sets is a whole new dynamic. They love it. They love collecting these cards, and they'll sit for hours and hours and play these. I have people that consistently come to the fun center, and I bet you there's some of them that have probably about 20 to 30 hours on these games a month. It's insane. They love them so much. Wizard of Oz was the first. It set the trend. I got 2 3-player machines, and they just consistently print money. Great games, great pieces. Now, at number 2 is going to be SpongeBob SquarePants Pineapple Arcade. This is another card and coin pusher. Now, this one isn't as high quality, and it will have some issues. It's a 2-player. If it was a 3-player, it would be my number 1 game. It's a 2-player. I have no complaints about it other than, yes, sometimes it has issues. Motors die. The mechanical arms and links lock up. Hopper errors. It used to be really bad in the beginning. Even though it did make money hand over fist, it still had so many problems that it was like, I don't know if I want to deal with this anymore. But what Animiro did do is they replaced all the components in the bottom of the machine, and it made a huge difference. Now, I'd say I could go 2 or 3 weeks without a problem on this machine, and we get a lot of traffic. And then we'll have something minor, just part of the thing, gotta fix it. If you don't mind fixing it, or you got some savvy game technicians, this game is worth it for sure. It's worth the hassle because it's just going to print money for you. It's going to make a lot of money. And if you don't want to go with that, I think that they've probably done better with the Avengers version of it. So you got an Avengers version that's similar, and it's got even more bells and whistles, and maybe that's the way to go. I would just get one of them to start out with. Get a SpongeBob, get an Avengers. There's Pearl Fishery by LEI, but it doesn't put out a card. And if you're going to have the games putting out a card, you want all your coin and cards pushers to put out a card. It makes sense, because if you look at my other videos, you could see that there's a way to maximize the profit. You could always change the way the cards pay out, how they're structured, but like if you get a Pearl Fishery, it's just the same forever. I can't imagine how you would be able to change it. This, you could think outside of the box, change the way the sets work, customize it to your location and how your guests play and like whatever their suggestions may be, and you could knock it out of the park with this one. SpongeBob Pineapple Arcade. They're going to come out with a new SpongeBob here. I don't know if it's going to be IAPA or not, but it's SpongeBob Pirates of Bikini Bottom. And it's going to have a whole new card set. And I'm excited for it. I'll buy it because I know it's going to knock it out of the park just like the original one did for me. But if you're just buying these, getting for the new fun center, you may want to go with the Avengers. That's a really nice piece as well. And people will get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Now, at number 1, the number 1 spot is going to be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory by Elout. This, they took a 10 out of a 10 and made it better. And I'm talking about Wizard of Oz. They made it better with Willy Wonka. Now, I was a little disappointed with Elout because they made the Flintstones Quarry, Ticket Ticket Circus, Diamonds and Pearls, and they're all RFID, no cards. And I thought, wow, this is going to be the trend for Elout, which is too bad because they make such great quality games. And then they come out with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with a card set. I was just blown away. And so were my guests. So this is the number one game consistently, hands down, in the Fun Center. People play this game nonstop. Great sounds, great looking package. The card set is immaculate, fits the movie theme perfectly. Just a great, great theme. And I can't imagine a better game. This would be your number one game consistently. Now, you could get this in a single, for budget reasons or size or space. You could get it in a double. You could get it in a triple. I think you could even get a 6-player version of it. Just whatever your budget and space can afford, this game is going to make you money. Especially if you look at my other videos where I explain how to maximize the profit on these machines. Card and coin pushers should be everybody's number one game. And if you have recurring customers, these will be your number one game. There's no doubt about it. Now that we've covered all 30 pieces, or 30 slots, we should say, because some are double or more. If you're starting out, well, if I was starting out again, I wouldn't even want to deal with tokens and tickets again. I don't ever want to deal with tokens and tickets again in my life. Card systems are the way to go. Now, if I was going to recommend a card system, I would recommend Semnox. The Parfait system is awesome. You could use it for your cards, your game cards. You could use it for your POS. And if you have food and beverage, they got you covered there too. And there's so much more that you can do with the Semnox system. It's something that will grow with you. And I have the Sequoia system. It's good, but it's not Semnox good. If I was going to do it again, I would definitely get Semnox. It's the Cadillac of the card systems, in my opinion. Now, we also talked that we'd have one attraction. I think that attraction should be Delta Strike laser tag. Now, I'm not saying that from my own experience, but my friend Jenna Boyo, I consider her the queen of laser tag because whenever I walk with her in IAPA, everybody in every laser tag booth knows who she is and highly respect her. And she changed a few years back to Delta Strike, and what she said was that her sales went up 34% when she changed from one company to the other, and she was very happy, and their customers loved the new upgrades from Delta Strike. She had a business there for 23 years, and now the people are having a brand new experience with that laser tag. And I did go with her. I met with the people at Delta Strike. Great group of people. Great product. And they got stuff in the works that blew me away. And Jenna Boyo, she's from Planet Laser Kelowna in British Columbia, Canada. Great fun center. Great people. So that is your top 30, folks. I hope that you got some inspiration out of this. Obviously, it's not the be-all, tell-all for your top 30 pieces. There's a myriad of good choices out there. And I'm fairly certain that if I was to do this again, I might have several different things on the list. Now, all I could say is consistently, the top 10 I would still have on the list. But the rest of them, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Put the pieces together and, make your own picture. Now, if you have any questions or comments, if you're trying to start a fun center and need a little help or direction, now I might not have all the answers, but I would be honored to help you the best I can. You could get a hold of me at tim@fectalk.com. Have a look at the website. Some of your questions may be already answered there. I got YouTube. I got the podcast. A lot of articles there for you to look at. Or if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like me to cover in the podcast or the YouTube videos, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I am so passionate about this industry. I just want everybody to have great success, whether it's us operators, owners, or the manufacturers and distributors and the people that make the attractions, people that put things together for us like Trainertainment, Creative Works, the party software people, everybody. I want everybody to succeed in this industry, and we can do that by helping each other share ideas instead of keeping our cards close to our chest where nobody could see them. I think we should share the ideas and network and all be successful. It's a great industry. There's so many great people. It's just a great honor to be part of this. And I hope to see a lot of you at IAPA and some of the other trade shows coming up. This is Tim with FEC Talk. This was your top 30 piece fun center. I hope to make some other structured pieces like this. Maybe a bigger fun center, maybe a small operator street location. I got a lot of things in the works, and I hope you enjoy them. I love any feedback. Like, once again, it's Tim at FEC Talk. I'm Tim from FECtalk.com. Have a great day.